The LFA interim flyweight title is up for grabs. Charles Johnson, Energy, and 100 other nicknames is your favorite at minus 305. And the underdog, Yuma Horiuchi, a plus 245. Kevin Nix gets us going. We are set for five-minute rounds. Ron Kruk and Alan Jouban with you at the LFA 110 main event.
Just a couple of nicknames to start things off, huh?
Mike Kendall
killed
earning his check tonight.
Mike killed it.
Unreal. Charles Johnson with the red tape and Yuma Horiuchi the blue tape. It was interesting. Charles Johnson said he's got to watch the kicks of Horiuchi. Said his legs are not the legs of a typical 125-pounder.
I thought that was interesting that he pointed that out. I didn't catch that. That he said he noticed Horiuchi has very big calves, and it's fun, it's kind of interesting that Johnson's aware of these small things because Horiuchi is someone both men like to throw kicks from afar, and so he noticed, picked up on it right away. He's got big calves. I don't want to trade calf kicks with him all day. I want to move around and mix up my game a little bit more.
And Johnson actually did some training at Team Oyama, and he said he learned they do like to attack and kick those calves. I've seen people most recently being finished with those shots, and Horiuchi continues to
right away. He's chipping away at it, right? Yeah. And none of them have been tremendous thudding shots so far, but I mean he's landed a lot, about 10 of them so far, and he does have the leg advantage, I guess you would say, not the reach, but the thickness of it, and they do take its toll.
Johnson said he really wanted to make this an ugly fight, a war of attrition, and feels that he has fought tougher competition. Horiuchi, though, feels, sorry, Alan, that he feels the longer the fight goes, the better for him.
Yeah, both men seem to kind of believe that as well, but Johnson felt that he would get a finish in this fight. He said he felt like he would finish it, knockout or submission, in one of the earlier rounds. But it seems as if Horiuchi, part of the game plan might be to chip away at the legs and maybe slow down, because you see that's one of Johnson's assets, right? He's so smooth on the feet. He's very light on the feet, and as we talked about the steeplechase background and everything. So if he could slow him down and make it more of a flat-footed fighter, that would favor Horiuchi.
Horiuchi content to throw a lot of kicks here in the opening round, and now lets the fist fly and goes back downstairs with a kick.
You see Johnson switching stances early in this fight right now. I can't tell if it's just because that's what he wants to do, he's just flowing, or if the leg kicks are kind of throwing him off as well.
Hands down, let's go.
Chess match so far here in Oklahoma.
I mean, Horiuchi's landing those kicks. They're I would love to know the punch count on these kicks so far in this fight.
This push kick from Charles Johnson. Johnson 8-2, 3 wins by knockout, 3 by way of submission. Horiuchi's 8 wins. He's got 2 knockouts and 4 subs.
That was one of the few jabs or punches we've seen so far in the fight. It's been mainly pawing with the hands and trying to land the kicks early in this fight.
He's not even moving his head. Yep, down the center, let's go. There it is, down the center,
You see him talking right there.
Keen Murcielago in the corner of Charles Johnson. He also has Mike Gilmore in his corner. Tough contestant. Just made it into the house.
I'm trying to figure out what he was talking to his coach about. He said, I heard something about he's coming down the middle. Or maybe see Johnson talk. I think he might be speaking some Japanese.
I think he is.
Coming out already in the first round.
1 minute, let's go.
Couldn't really understand it. Again, as you said, mouthpiece in. And I'm not up on my Japanese trash talk. As we approach 30 seconds to go here in the opening round. Johnson caught Horiuchi.
He buckled his legs a little bit. Horiuchi's recovering, but it did a little bit of damage right there. Nice combination that just missed.
He's down the center. Let's go. There you go.
Want Johnson to come down the center.
Sit down.
Calling for the 1-2. An opportunity.
No.
Yeah, Johnson's corner saying finish
Oh!
the round, and he
Another
stuck
right
him
hand,
again.
yeah, lands right there towards the end of the round. Now we're going down to center in southpaw position. Wow. That's an interesting round right there.
Yes.
Horiyuchi's kicks were compiled throughout, but then again, we have another fight with a round that there was a bigger punch thrown at the end.
Horiyuchi was landing with a flurry of kicks early on.
Yeah, I'd seen as if Charles Johnson wasn't able to get his rhythm early in the fight, and Horiyuchi was. He was keeping it a kicking game and chipping away. He landed numerous kicks, but you start seeing these. Towards the end of the round, Johnson landed a couple times with the hands, and that really got his confidence going. And when he starts getting his confidence going, he starts jawing, he starts having that swagger in the game that I alluded to earlier in the fight.
Well, Colin Oyama will not sugarcoat it. He has an interesting relationship with Yuma Horiyuchi. He was all over him in the fighting meetings yesterday. They have a great relationship, very close. And we are set to go in round number 2.
Charles Johnson was towing that black line right before the bell rang. I mean, he seemed so ready to start this second round.
Again, Horiyuchi has been known to start a little slow too.
Yes, he does.
And we'll see if he picks up the pace here in the second round as Johnson continues to push kick Horiyuchi backwards. There we go again.
And looking for scoring that last round. This one could be all over the place with the judges because, again, Horiyuchi landed a lot more kicks and a lot more strikes, but Johnson was able to land 2 or 3 punches, one of them which kind of buckled Horiyuchi. So it'll be interesting to see if this goes to deep waters, how the judges are looking at that first round.
Great points. The LFA interim flyweight title on the line.
He's walking right down the center. Just right on the center line. Yes, sir. Right on the center line.
Johnson's corner wanting their fighter to go straight down the line.
Oh!
High kick from Horiyuchi.
That right kick landed to the head of Johnson. Johnson recovered. He's smiling, but he buckled a bit as well.
And still talking. Horiyuchi tries to punch his way in. And now Johnson puts Horiyuchi on the fence. He gets back, and we will reset in the middle of the octagon.
Wow, so thus far, Horiyuchi's landed about 75 low kicks, and he goes high one time. Johnson was not prepared for that.
Yeah, and that got through the defense. Landed hard, but Charles Johnson able to eat that kick and come back. Another high kick. Horiyuchi finding his zone now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Johnson's corner wanted.
That was a hard leg kick right there that landed on Johnson.
Get your groove. Let's go. Get your groove. Chin down on the exit. Chin down on the exit. Hey. Harder. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so seguido.
He's there. He's speaking Japanese to him.
Oh, where's our Japanese
He's a man of his
translator
word.
now? Gotta find out what that was.
Johnson prepared for this fight to fight, and he prepared in this fight to speak Japanese, and he's doing it.
There you go. Finish on that 2. 32 Mayweather. 3-2 Mayweather. Come on, 3-2 Mayweather.
3-2 Mayweather, Johnson's corner calling for.
I also heard a Wonder Boy reference.
Yeah, there's a lot of code going on right now. He went for the head kick right there. Horiyuchi was game to it.
Popping. Hey, it's about rhythm. It's about rhythm. Take his rhythm. Take his rhythm. Inside low.
King Murcielago talking to Charles Johnson about rhythm.
Attack. 2 minutes. Let's go.
Wants him to attack.
2 minutes of work. We need this round. Let's go.
Johnson never has been finished in MMA.
Yeah, and you know, he's a very athletic fighter with tremendous footwork, and I feel that
Activity. Let's go.
that's what Horiyuchi's trying to do. He's trying to slow him down a little bit with all these leg kicks. It's winning him the fight, so to speak, a little bit in terms of he's outlanding him. He's winning the kicking battle. I feel that Johnson is a more productive fighter in this fight when he's throwing punches.
Yeah, that's a great point. And at this stage in the fight with these kicks and just standing in front of throwing punches, it's almost like we got a Muay Thai fight going here.
Yeah, it is a cage Muay Thai fight at this point.
LFA interim flyweight title up for grabs. Champ Victor Altamirano is going to the Contender Series, so we will have an interim champ crowned tonight. Looks like another low blow from Horiuchi. The first one they did not stop at this time.
Oh, wow. Here comes a point deduction.
Oh, my. Kevin Nix deducting a point here in the second round.
I'm a little bit shocked that I thought that might have given him a strong warning instead, but
once again, we've seen it from both Kevin Nix and Marcelo La Silva that they warn the fighters in the fighter meetings. They feel that that is their warning. And the low blow, maybe it was the first one that they didn't stop in the first round.
Yeah.
Maybe the second one, Kevin Nix decides to deduct a point. This happened in Horiuchi's last fight where he was deducted a point, and then we saw, we saw him come back and stage an incredible armbar victory submission. LFA 104. So let's see if the point deduction motivates the Japanese fighter.
it looks like there might be a small cut on the right eye of Charles Johnson as well, something on the inside.
Yeah, and you can see him pawing at it a little bit.
Low center, come on.
Horiuchi stalking his way in as time winds down here in the second round. A costly round for Yuma Horiuchi, who was deducted a point for the low blow. We were expecting a lot of kicks and a lot of strikes thrown in this flyweight matchup, and these two have not disappointed.
Absolutely. You see this right head kick land very beautifully right there. It didn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but it scored on the judges' scorecards for sure. It's because he was setting him up low, and then when he goes high, Charles Johnson was unprepared. You can see Charles Johnson's left hand was low right there. He wasn't prepared to block that shot right there. He needs to go in the next round, hands up, and I'd like to see a little more punches out of Charles Johnson. I feel like he does better on the feet with striking with his hands rather than playing a kicking battle with Horiuchi.
Well, two extremely athletic and, as we pointed out, very durable fighters. Both men hard to finish. And the kicking fest continues here. Oh, nice shot from Johnson, and now Horiuchi goes in.
Got double underhooks. Needs to be careful not to get his fingers in the cage as they did in his previous fight. Nice shot right there. You see Charles Johnson. Usually they don't want you going to the clinch when somebody has you press up against the cage, but that time in Phuket, Thailand, he's probably developed a very strong clinch and was able to get off the fence.
Right down there. He's in your ring.
It's right there, you got your six. Shoot it. Chin down on the back up. Chin down on the back up. There you go. There you go. Reset hands. Reset, reset.
Horiuchi now hammering the body.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
And close to another blow from Horiuchi.
We do not want another point deduction.
He certainly does not. I think Charles Johnson would be okay with it.
I think he'd be fine with it.
Keep popping. There you go. On the off the tracks. There you go.
Another body shot.
Yeah, beautiful body shots. And you hear Johnson's corner calling for that down the middle, down the pipe. They want him to use that height and reach advantage. And just come down the pipe with it and land.
Sit down on the 1-2-1-2. Let's go. There you go. Come on.
Horiuchi does need to be careful with that front kick. He's touched the cup twice already this round. One more time, and I feel like it might be another point deduction.
Yeah, I agree. Kevin Nix taking a close look.
Everything. Don't just wait. Chin down. Chin down.
Just misses from Horiuchi.
Hey,
Movement by Charles Johnson right now.
Yeah, on off the track. There you go. Right now.
Work on that lead leg.
Pop two. There you go. Pop again. There you go. Hey, get your groove on. Pop. Get your groove on. Get your groove on. Pop. Chin down. Get your groove on. Pop two.
Johnson's corner imploring him to get your groove on. find your rhythm. That's when he fights his best. When he's got his swagger, when he's got his groove and his rhythm, and he's playing his game. That's his style. Right now, this isn't his style. Horiuchi is leading the dance in this fight.
That's a great point. Johnson, we've seen, is the one that likes to be the aggressor, likes to push the pace.
Absolutely.
And when he gets that rhythm and flow going, he's tough to beat.
Very tough to deal with when he has that, but he doesn't have that at this moment. He doesn't have that swagger and that confidence in his step. Horiuchi is throwing him off with this relentless kicking attack. And look at him, he's like a zombie right now. He's been pushing forward the entire fight.
There you go.
Johnson goes to the liver,
There you go. Now you're working.
popping some shots off.
Pick your shots. Pick your shots. Chin down.
He's in your range. You got your 6.
There you go. Keep touching.
They're saying he's in your range, and they're correct. Right there, that was good head movement by Horiuchi, but Johnson needs to let those hands go a little bit more, I believe. I believe he's got the reach advantage and the height advantage, and Horiuchi's inching into his range, and if he just comes down the pipe with that left hand or right hand, he'll land some of them.
Work. Here you go.
You see Horiuchi having a little trouble with his left eye there as well, starting to close a little bit. Something landed in this
Right.
fight.
Fires in, and Johnson slips but gets back up.
Now go to work.
Just in the round, and
Get busy. Come on now.
Horiuchi gets out of the clinch.
It doesn't have to be much. Just put in his face. Touch. Close your hands. Touch. Off the cage. Go. Off the cage. Work.
Horiuchi throwing some
Yeah.
power shots now, and
Pop it. Keep popping.
Johnson's corner wants him off the cage.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Both men standing flat-footed.
Johnson's breathing heavy. I think those shots are taking a little bit of a toll from Horiuchi. Oh, comes back with a nice jab.
Hey, 1 minute.
Both men in punching range now, standing flat-footed, trading punches with one another. A little bit of Russian roulette happening right now in this fight. Change in momentum right here. Horiuchi kind of biting down on his mouthpiece, showing a little bit of grit right now.
Hey, close the gap. Go.
Both fighters just targeting the face, letting the fist fly.
By the 2, he's in your range. Come on, make the paper stand in this.
Hit 45 seconds to go in the third round.
45 seconds.
Oh.
There you go.
That's that down the pipe that this corner's calling for Johnson.
Yes, a nice level change from Johnson to get out.
Yeah, good elusiveness after landing that punch.
Change levels.
Johnson's corner liked that shot.
Yeah, and Horiuchi acknowledged it.
Chin down. You gotta go. There you go. My final work. 20 seconds. There you go.
They want him to steal this round. He's doing good, better this round, Johnson.
Keep going, Charles.
And moving away from the shots of Horiuchi.
Keep popping. You gotta throw. 10 seconds. Open up on the cage.
Yuma's corner saying, come on, pick up the pace. We need this.
Keep popping.
And round number 3 is in the books. Again, the key being round number 2. Referee Kevin Nix deducting a point from Yuma Horiuchi.
Deep breath. Championship rounds, 10 minutes.
Johnson getting instructions from his corner. We check out the highlights.
Yeah, you see Horiuchi coming forward as he's done all fight. And I love this. I love when he goes body head, these combos. He's stayed honest during this entire fight. Pressing forward, hands up, throwing combination work. It's Charles Johnson who had to change the gears, and that's what it was right there. A little elusiveness, some of that athleticism we spoke about. Going to the head, rolling after. Getting out from under those punches. It was really a close fight, a close round so far. That's it down the middle. His corner's been calling for that for Johnson. Go down the middle. You're in range. You've been employing for him. That last round was a very close round, but I think it was Johnson's best round, and I probably give Johnson that round because of the handiwork that he had using his hands in that fight.
Well, we have entered the championship rounds here. The LFA Flyweight Championship fight. Charles Johnson and Yuma Horiuchi battling for the interim flyweight strap. It was interesting as time was ticking down in between rounds. Both fighters were staring up at the big screen, checking out the highlights. Let's see what they take away
What
from
can they gain from it? Yeah. Horiuchi going to the body again. He does that so well. Right hand to the body, left hand upstairs. And reverse, left hand.
Yes, that was beautiful.
He can do it all.
Fingers up.
will slow down an opponent.
And the leg. Hey, elbows in. Get off.
Horiuchi
It worked.
really attacking the body here.
Yeah, Johnson needs to get off the cage right here. I know he's blocking, but even if it's not landing, this doesn't look good for the judges. If you're deflecting it, but the judges don't know that. They don't know what's landing, what's not landing. You can't have your back on the cage. It's just like being on the mat. If your back's on the mat, it looks bad. If your back's on the fence, it looks bad.
Horiuchi throwing punches and bunches right now.
Let's go. Let's work.
Going to work.
Johnson might, I don't know if he's roped open or not, but he can't stand like this for much longer unless he's going to explode and show us something in a little bit.
And that's exactly what his corner just said. He may just be waiting for the opportunity to attack and explode on Horiuchi.
Yeah, Horiuchi's dealing with it pretty well, though, because he's not overexerting himself, right? He's not going for broke and expending all of his energy. He's pawing with the jab, finding his distance, and then trying to land a shot to land within that guard. But both men have a little bit of a strategy going right now.
Yeah, and scoring points.
Let's go. Let's go.
Johnson needs to break this cycle, though. He's done it too long. You can't go high guard for over a minute like this and let somebody continually step in and land something unless you're going to look for that counter. But it's in my eyes, it's been too long that he's been absorbing these punches.
Yeah, and eating some tough body shots.
Hey, let's go. Hard shot.
That will slow you down, there's no doubt about it. But Horiuchi
Let's go. Touch and go. Touch and go. Touch and go.
in control in this fourth round.
Touch and go, Charles. Finish him.
And honestly, if I'm Horiuchi, when somebody goes, something happened, an eye poke right there.
And Charles Johnson, a little bit of agony.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't bad as it seems. I'm hoping
he's
it's
in
not as
some
bad
pain.
as it seems. Oh, man.
Man, seems like the year of the eye poke in MMA.
It's been tough. I'm hoping that he's okay while he's recovering. I want to speak to Horiuchi. Has already had 2 low blows and a point deduction from that. This is his first eye poke in the fight.
Can I get a towel?
I can't think that there would be a point deduction from it.
Yeah, but so we take a look here. Oh,
Yeah, you saw right there
saw
with
the
the-
fingers extended. And, yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it was an instinctual type of defensive move. Someone's weighing in, coming in at you with combinations, and you stick your base arm out, your post arm, to post on him, and the finger got in the eye. Doctors are coming in.
Going to take a look at the eye of Charles Johnson. Take a timeout here in the 4th round. Doctor taking a close look. You heard Charles Johnson cry out in agony as soon as that happened. We'll see if he's able to continue, and they share a joke, and of course Energy is ready to go again.
Personality even with one eye.
Of course. All right, midway point of the 4th round, of course, scheduled for 5 in this championship fight, and overhand right from Horiuchi. Johnson comes back with a kick to the body.
He's right in front of you. All you gotta do is work.
Hey, parry the hand and go.
Chin down.
You gotta come forward with it. You gotta come forward with it. You get a range.
Johnson has picked up the pace here in the 4th round now after the stoppage.
And you see why that eye poke came. I mean, it was accidental, but you see the pawing right there. You see these guys pawing with their hands. Anytime they get close. Very nice shot right there by Charles Johnson. But there's a lot of play going on with those lead hands.
Yeah, it's a great point. It really is. And these guys have thrown so many shots. It's unbelievable. Furious pace.
Horiuchi might have hurt Johnson to the body just there. I heard him kind of gasp out, and then immediately after he took a shot. So I'm not sure if something to the body might have winded him, and he's getting a little bit of a recovery breather right now.
Johnson seemed to be content with the underhooks.
He's got double unders. He's got head control. If he wants a takedown right now, he can go for it. He let it go.
120, Charles. I need a strong finish. Let's go. Open up.
Lago asking Charles for a strong finish.
Let's go. Let's take this round.
Horiuchi continues to press forward.
Open up on him. Don't bend. Don't bend. Don't bend over.
Horiuchi's corner wants him to open up at this point, and
2 left hooks for Johnson landed.
There you go.
numbers fly, Yuma. Come on now.
And another
Get your back off the cage.
3 big hooks from Johnson getting through.
There you go. Give me this round. Give me this round, Charles.
Got Johnson's corner fired up now.
Give me this round.
Starting to fight his type of fight, but Horiuchi won't take his foot off the gas, right? He's in your face. He's pressing forward. He's not trying to allow Johnson to gain that momentum.
Give me this round, Charles.
They want this round.
Imploring him.
Absolutely, especially after, you know, a minute and a half was Johnson just defending the shots, high guard. Charles Johnson has picked it up.
Horiuchi trying to finish this round right here in a bit of a dominant position, try to take that momentum away from Johnson.
Go. Unders. Let's go. Now, go. 10 seconds. Sit down. Open up, Yuma. Strong.
Both corners calling for their fighters to open it up here as time is winding down in the 4th round.
Sit down on the 2 now. There you go again. There you go again.
There you go. Get busy.
There you go.
Wow.
Man.
And we will enter into the 5th and final round. The LFA interim flyweight strap on the line. These guys have to be gassed.
Deep breath. Give me your mouthpiece. Listen, man, you gotta fucking work, bro. You gotta work. I'm telling you, you gotta work for 5 minutes. You gotta have the heart of a champion out there, and you just gotta display your skill set. That's it. My man is right down the center. What you throw out, he's gonna return on the count.
The straight right hand. Put the straight right hand straight. Body shot. But we need this round. I don't know how the first round went.
Fingers up or close.
Right? And that bullshit, I don't know why they gave him a rest period. That was some bullshit. But you cannot fight those things. You got 5 minutes left, right? You got to put everything into 5 minutes. Do it with Japan. Do it for fucking everybody.
Wow, great stuff from both corners of Yuma Horiuchi and Charles Johnson. Coaches motivating their fighters for the 5th and final round.
Championship round.
That is right, championship round.
Both coaches letting their guys know you have to win this round. It doesn't matter what has happened leading up to this. The winner of this round could very well win this fight. You have to win this round. And let's not forget, there was a point deduction in the second round on Horiuchi's side. We don't know how round 3 and 4 was scored right now. So both men have to just think the winner of this round possibly wins in the fight.
Oh,
body shots
what
again
a
right there by
body
Horiuchi.
shot. Yes.
He stays with it. One body shot may not do it, but it's 3, 4, and 5 that might do it. And he stayed with it all 5 rounds of this fight.
Johnson counters with the jab. And they want him to double it up. Who wants it more? Under 5 minutes to go.
Sit down on the edge. Right down the center, Charles. His head's right up in the air. Basic boxing. Let's go. 1, 2, let's go.
There's that down the center. And Johnson's corner is correct. They're saying whatever you throw, he's going to come back with it on the counter, meaning if he throws a straight left, Horiuchi's going to come back with a left or a straight punch.
Right.
And he's doing that. When he lands a punch, Horiuchi immediately returns. He needs to try to find the counter to that rhythm.
Some blood from the nose of Yuma Horiuchi, and Johnson's corner goes nuts.
Yeah, that hook hurt Horiuchi's right eye.
His right eye is closing up.
I need that body shot too. I need more than 1 punch.
Horiuchi is so durable. He continues to come forward. Had double limits.
Incredible.
Could have gotten him down right there. Decided to let it go, though.
No. Let's work. Don't get complacent. There you go. Finish on the 2.
1-3.
Finish on the 2.
That left hook has been a great punch for Johnson so far in this fight.
Hey, we can work for 4 minutes. That's the drill. That's the drill. High shoulders going back.
What a performance by both of these flyweights. 30-year-old Charles Johnson, 23-year-old Yuma Horiuchi. Both men fighting. Oh, Johnson
Little
slips.
slip there.
Both men fighting in their first professional championship bout, leaving it all inside the LFA octagon tonight.
Both men told us they don't get tired. They had their best rounds at the end, and they're showing it, holding true to their word. Both men going for it in this final round.
Finish with the hands, Charles. 2 minutes to be a champion.
2 minutes to be a champion, his corner says. They know what's at stake right now. Men putting it all on the line right now.
Sure are.
Big shots by both men.
Horiuchi being more active right now.
Yep.
They do not want Johnson on the cage. This goes to the body again.
Sorry, Ron. Yeah, this is where Horiuchi does some of his best work when Charles gets flat-footed. There's that big left hook again by Johnson. Horiuchi doesn't take a step backwards, though. He continues to stride forward.
Incredible. That punch would have dropped so many fighters. Somehow, Yuma Horiuchi powers on.
Stays on his feet and stays countering.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Charles having his moments right now. He's landing some strikes, but Horiuchi's still pressing forward. This is going to be such a close fight to score if it goes to the judges.
And the right eye of Yuma Horiuchi closing as this fight goes on.
There you go. Keep touching. Keep touching.
That down the middle, that left hand down the middle is giving Horiuchi some trouble right now.
Somehow Yuma Horiuchi continues to fight on as Johnson landing at will now.
Johnson finding his swagger right here.
Yes,
This
he
is
is.
Johnson's style of fighting.
Both of these fighters' corners are just going nuts here in Oklahoma City.
Horiuchi's starting to show some wear and tear on the face right now. He's getting a little bit busted up. Johnson's landing these straights. He's going southpaw, landing that left hand. Then he go to orthodox right here, lands the left hook and slides out with it. Beautiful striking display right now by both men, but Johnson is kind of taking the lead in this last minute of the 5th round.
And if you look at the faces of the two fighters, Yuma Horiuchi has definitely suffered more damage.
Yeah, definitely showing the damage.
Yeah.
100%.
His eye is closing up, but he continues to fight on.
Because let's not forget, the early rounds that Horiuchi was winning, it was a lot of leg kicks. It's not showing the damage on the face. It was lower on the body. So the wear and tear on the face of Johnson is not that bad right now, but Horiuchi's looking a little bit busted up. 20 seconds to go in this championship fight.
LFA interim flyweight strap on the line. Johnson and Horiuchi leaving it all inside the octagon tonight.
Go, 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 go. His corners want him to go,
Easy
baby.
for them to say. It's been 25 minutes. What a battle between these two flyweights, and Horiuchi wants nothing of it.
He's a gamer. Horiuchi doesn't want any love right now. He's still in the mode, man. The switch is flipped on at the moment. He's a fighter. He's a warrior.
Yeah, what a battle. Yuma Horiuchi, the 23-year-old from Japan, and Charles Johnson from St. Louis, who went over and trained in Thailand. Said that was the key in his career, just gaining confidence over there. So we check out the non-stop action of the 5th and final round.
We see Horiuchi doing what he does well. He puts Johnson against the fence, and he goes combination, body work, stays on it, presses forward. He's got that zombie-like approach, but he's very methodical in it. He just walks forward. But this is when Johnson does best, right? He gets his swagger, switches stances, and what he does well is he makes Horiuchi guess. He goes down the middle with the left hand, down the middle with the right hand, and then he'll add the hook in there. He changes the angle of attack, and it keeps you guessing on the defensive end. And when he was able to do that a lot in this 5th round is when he really picked up the best momentum in this fight.
Charles Energy Johnson. I would love to know the punch count in this fight.
The punch count, the kick count,
incredible
everything.
Action.
For the amount of strikes that both men absorbed in this fight, it's crazy to think the amount of damage, the difference in damage that you see on both men's faces right now.
Yes, absolutely. Shows the power of Charles Johnson. 8 wins, 3 coming by way of knockout. So athletic, so durable. We had a feeling that this one could go to the judges' scorecards again. A key factor in that 2nd round. Horiuchi was deducted a point for a low blow,
which should be, like you said, a huge factor in this fight.
Absolutely. Who will become the LFA's interim flyweight champion? Let's find out and go back inside the LFA octagon to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of World Championship MMA, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Bauer scores the bout 49-45, Johnson. Judge Atwood scores the bout 48-46, Horiuchi. And Judge Scott scores the bout 48-46 for your winner by split decision and new LFA interim flyweight world champion, Charles Energy Johnson.
And new LFA interim flyweight champion Charles Johnson captures his first MMA title. LFA CEO Ed Suarez strapping on the hardware. What a performance by Energy tonight. Improves to 4-1 in the LFA Octagon, 9-2 overall, celebrating with his longtime coach Joaquin Murcielago,
When fighting is all you got, then that's what you gotta do.
who was motivating him from the beginning and never stopped. What a journey it has been for Charles Johnson, capturing his first professional MMA title. A very emotional time as he gets a hug from his teammate, Mike Gilmore.
Man up. You a champion.
The journey is complete for Charles Johnson, capturing LFA gold here tonight. But Alan, this was not an easy fight. What a battle between Johnson and Horiuchi.
Not an easy fight at all. I mean, early in this fight, you saw Horiuchi with the momentum. He was playing his fight. He was throwing the low kicks, and he was doing very well with it, having a lot of success with those low kicks early. Johnson, when he would land with the hands, you would see that swagger come out. You would see the rhythm start to establish. It was those head kicks by Horiuchi. He did very well with those. He would throw low kick after low kick after low kick, and Johnson was not prepared to block those head kicks later in the fight because of the setup with the low kicks. But Johnson stayed the course. He stayed the course, did what he does well. He listened to his coaches very well. His coaches were spot on. They were calling for the shots down the middle. They wanted those long punches to be in reach advantage and use